Hey, what up, y'all? So there seems to be a woman going viral right now for going on the Kendra G show. You know, Kendra G is the dating coach who tries to pair couples together, and she especially deals with women, specifically black women, who come on her show looking for a mate. And of course, these women, they put themselves on display. They sell themselves, or they're supposed to. Because for the most part, she has some of the most raunchiest and delusionally filled women come on her show. And when I say that, I'm talking about women who have 5 kids, 4 baby daddies, and hoping to get a high-value man, an established man, a man who is of means and purpose, a man who can provide. And when I say provide, I'm not talking about just a regular lifestyle. No, we're talking about an established man. These women actually believe deep down inside, and that's how delusional most women are in 2025, they actually believe that they deserve that type of man, that type of man is just going to appear and magically scoop them up on the white horse and ride away into the sunset. But later on in life, as they get older, they realize that this is never going to happen. And Kendra G, instead of telling these women this, she backs up their delusion. She affirms their delusion. She doesn't tell them how it is. Now, let a man get on the show. Of course, she is going to get at this man, make fun of this man, laugh at this man, tell this man how much of a loser he is. When it's the women, no, that's a whole nother story. And I get it. That is the demographic she is trying to cater to. Yes, that's the demographic she's catering to. That is her audience. So, of course, she caters to her audience. I get that. But at the same time, what happens when a woman, and this is the woman that I am speaking of, gets on her show and tells Kendra G that she divorced her husband because she wanted some new D? Yes, ladies and gentlemen, you heard me correctly. What happens when a woman gets on her show and tells her that she wanted some new D, so she divorced her husband? I'm not going to give it away. Spoiler alert. I'm not going to give it away for y'all. I want y'all to watch this short clip, and then we're going to come back and have this discussion. But before we continue, I need y'all to do 3 things for me. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and share this video so someone else can do the very same thing. And if they don't, then we're going to send Kendra G after them. Let's get into the clip right quick and see exactly what it is this woman has to say for herself, and then get back to the commentary so that we can have this short discussion and figure out what went wrong where.
Yes.
When did you get divorced?
Because I want it to be fast. You asked me questions. You want me to stop. You don't want me to tell you no lie, right?
So you divorced your husband because you wanted to be out here in these streets?
I did. Yep.
Well, how did that street life work for you?
It did not. That's why I'm single.
So did you have an affair with your husband?
I did not. I wanted to.
So you got a divorce because you wanted to have sex with other men?
One particular man.
Okay, so when you got the divorce, did you and that man have sex?
I did.
And what happened after that?
It was horrible.
Did you try to get your ex-husband back?
No. I felt a little ratchet afterwards.
When did all this happen?
About 9 years ago.
How long was you married for?
19 years.
So you divorced your husband of 19 years all because you wanted to have sex with another man?
Yeah.
Do you regret doing that?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's do the math, because my math isn't mathing. Something is not adding up. She was married for 19 years, and Kendra G asked her, so when did this happen? When did you leave your husband to get, your cheeks clapped? She says 9 years ago. Wait a minute. If you didn't have an affair on your husband, you divorced him 9 years ago, but y'all were married for 9 years. That is approximately 28 years ago that this happened. So how old is this lady? And I bring up the age because she has to understand something. You're not getting any younger. You are not getting any younger. Matter of fact, you can actually say that your chances of landing the type of man that you want have gone down the drain. Somebody flushed that down the drain years ago, but she doesn't seem to understand that. And some of y'all will say, you shouldn't say that. You never know this. She still has a chance. See, that is y'all, mostly women probably, and some of you suckers out there that are trying to push for these women to be as more delusional than they already are. We deal in reality here. We deal in reality. That is where we live here. No delusion. So we see things for what they are and we speak the facts. And the fact of the matter is, this woman will not land the type of man that she actually wants. She actually thought that the guy, matter of fact, let me give you some backstory, because I found out some more information on this woman's backstory, on the history of her marriage and this divorce and her getting her cheeks clapped. Now, she was working somewhere and someone new came to the office. They were hired and they started working. A gentleman who she found extremely attractive. Now remember, she's been married for 19 years. So if she didn't have an affair on her husband, cheated on her husband, then she's been getting the same D for the last 19 years. But she found this man to be highly attractive. And instead of, cheating or having an affair on her husband, she decides that this man is not who I want to be with anymore because I want him to clap my cheeks. I want that D. So what does she do? She divorces her husband. I don't know exactly how she did it, but she divorces her husband, leaves her husband. She gets with this man, they start seeing each other, and of course, he claps the cheeks, and what happens? The sex is weak. She says the sex is weak. Matter of fact, she just told you in the clip that we just watched. She said that the sex was extremely weak. So weak that she thought about going back to her husband, but she didn't because she already felt like a what? Like a 304, like a whore, like a hoe. She already felt dirty. She already felt ratchet. She just told you this in the clip. I'm not making any of this up. So she didn't go back to her husband, who she says his sex was better than the new guy, the guy that she left him for. Crazy, right? Right, you can't make any of this up. And now she is on the Kendra G show looking for a new man. Well, we're about to bring her back down to reality right quick, because as I stated before, she is not going to get the type of man that she wants. No, she is not, because she wants an established man. I promise you that. She wants a man with great sex. Now, for one, she can get sex, most definitely. What woman can't? She will get sex, because what woman can't? Easily. But to get a man to lock you down and put a ring on your finger again, she's not going to get that. Not the type of man that she wants. And that's not to even say that she wants to be married again, because she was in a 19-year marriage, and who's to say she wants to go through that again? It might not be an option for her, but she is going to get her cheeks clapped a lot. That's exactly what's going to happen. She's going to get her cheeks. See, I hope they don't have kids either. Her and her husband of 19 years, or her ex-husband. I hope they didn't have kids, because you broke up a home. And when I say home, I didn't add happy in front of it, because she obviously wasn't happy for whatever reason. And we've seen videos like this where women have came out and said that they're just not happy with their husbands for whatever reason, even if he's a great guy. I've seen it with my own two eyes. I'm not making this up. If you don't believe me, then look it up. But I've seen it with my own two eyes, where women have said they're unhappy, they're not happy with a great guy who does everything for them, protects and provides everything for them. Great father, great husband, great boyfriend. That man could be perfect. Perfect. Matter of fact, I watched the Superman movie, the new one, the other day, which sucked, by the way. I watched it because they added all this modern shit into it, which I do not understand why they are destroying all these great classics. But they added some modern shit into the new Superman movie, and Superman and Lois Lane get into an argument, which they never have done before, because let's be real, Superman is perfect. And Lois Lane says what? I knew this wasn't going to work out. What? Wait, what? Yeah, y'all see my face. She says, I knew this wasn't going to work out. So you mean to tell me, Lois Lane, that you have the strongest man in the universe, probably, the most perfect man that you could ever get, who can protect and provide, and even he's not good enough. So ladies and gentlemen, what am I saying? No man is ever going to be good enough for a delusional woman. No man is ever going to be good enough for a delusional woman. I had to repeat that because I'm not saying for all women. There are women out there who are happy with their husbands. There are women out there who are happy with their boyfriends, and they accept them for who they are, imperfections and all. But you have those women who are very, very delusional in thinking, and they seem to believe that Mr. Perfect is going to come. Prince Charming is going to come, lift them up on a white horse and ride off into the sunset. When in actuality, ladies, that's not going to happen, and it never will. Because the man that you want probably doesn't want you back. You have to understand that. You have to be a certain type of woman in order for that man to put a ring on your finger and lock you up. Because even perfect men are getting rejected from women. Even perfect men are getting divorced from women because women are unhappy. They're in their feelings. You have to remember something. When your feelings govern you, that means you may feel one way today, but tomorrow morning when you wake up, guess what? You will feel totally indifferent. And that man who you were happy with yesterday, guess what? You're not happy with him anymore. His sex is trash because you've been having sex with the same man for a long time. And you have to remember something. Women were never as promiscuous as they are today. And when I say never as promiscuous, that's when we had boundaries. That's when we had shaming back in the days. We don't have that anymore. It no longer exists. Women are out here getting their cheeks clapped for free, for money. They're running it up. They're running those numbers up. Body counts at an all-time high. So what are we going to do? What can we do when we see stories like this about a woman who breaks up her 19-year-old marriage in order to get her cheeks clapped, only to find out what? That the grass is not greener on the other side. Until next time.
If you like this video, like, share, and subscribe to the channel for more content.